The first question is entitled Indefinite Leave to Remain from Assembly Member Clarke.
I mean, Chair, you'll be able to tell us whether it must be a record for an hour on urgent oral updates. But anyway, can I thank the member for a really important question? Look, London's communities are drawn from across the globe, which is one of the reasons we are such a successful global city. Generations of migrants contribute to London's success economically, socially and culturally. Migrant Londoners will always belong here as valued members of our city. Abolishing indefinite leave to remain would mean abolishing the prospect of a settled future for thousands on a route to settlement and uprooting the lives of people who have been contributing to our city for decades. Many of our families, neighbours, colleagues and friends will have seen the news as a threat to their livelihoods. It is also an affront to London itself, a city that thrives on diversity and whose economy and public services rely on migrants. These proposals aren't properly thought through, creating so much uncertainty about who they would impact. It's impossible to quantify how big an impact these policies would have. What I can tell the Assembly is that around 1 million migrants in London don't hold a UK passport. They will hold a mix of immigrant statuses, including those with indefinite leave to remain or on a pathway towards this. Of course, we must redouble our efforts to train up local people for the jobs created in London. But it's worth reminding ourselves that migrant workers play a critical role in key services we applauded only a few years ago during the COVID-19 pandemic, including caring for our loved ones in the care sector, staffing the NHS and delivering for TfL. I've long championed for shorter and more affordable routes to residency and citizenship. It is these rights that provide a basis for equality that enable us to share in the future of our country, whether we are born here or not. The Windrush generation's experience of discrimination in a hostile environment should remind us just how integral citizenship rights are. I'll continue to do all I can to support migrants here in London while ensuring we do much more to train up and support local people into jobs.
Thank you for that. When I heard that the Reform Party is planning to remove this status and remove these people from the country, I was immediately alarmed, and I thought about my time when I had indefinite leave to remain. At that time, I was working. I had 2 young children, and I then became a citizen in 2007 in the Camden Town Hall. But despite living a very full life here, I was unable to vote because I wasn't a citizen. When I think about my neighbours, one of my neighbours is a playwright around the corner. One of my neighbours is an IT executive. Another one is chief exec of a charity. One thing we all have in common is we all had indefinite leave to remain, and we're now all UK citizens. When I think about London, you're absolutely right. It's that story of migration. It's that story of so many people contributing to our city, whether or not they were born in the UK. But do you agree that retrospectively revoking immigration status of people in our city would be deeply damaging?
I want to give the benefit of the doubt to those who suggested this proposal. I don't think they thought it through and realised, or maybe they did, which is worse, and realised there are people here who are lawful migrants, who are playing by the book, who are contributing to society, who are paying their taxes, who will be uprooted and affected by these proposals, but also the impact it has on communities. That sense of neighbourhood that you talked about is really important as well. By the way, practically it will have an impact on public services. It will have an impact on many of our sectors across our economy as well. But your point about retrospective nature of this is actually really serious, because I think one of the things that businesses and people crave is certainty, knowing the rules of the game. That way you can abide by the rules of the game. And this retrospective change is one of the most un-British things you could do.
Thank you for that, and thank you, Chair.
The discussion highlights how deeply migration is woven into the fabric of London's identity and success. Indefinite leave to remain isn't just a legal status, it represents stability, belonging, and contribution for countless Londoners who help the city thrive every day. Any policy changes that threaten this foundation risk not only individual lives but the very values that make London a global, compassionate, and forward-looking city. How would abolishing indefinite leave to remain affect London's communities, workforce, and sense of inclusivity? What responsibilities do policymakers and citizens share in ensuring that migrants who've built their lives here continue to feel secure and valued? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth political commentary, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of power and politics. Thanks for watching.